Have you ever wondered what really happens when you stop trying so hard to manifest your dreams? It might shock you because the results aren't what most people expect. In fact, letting go of constant manifesting efforts could be the key to unlocking everything you've been hoping for. This surprising twist in the law of attraction world is what we're diving into today. If you keep pushing too hard to manifest your desires, you might actually push them further away. It's like trying to force a flower to bloom. The harder you pull on the petals, the more damage you do. But don't worry, there's a much better way to bring your dreams to life. By understanding what happens when you ease up on manifesting, you'll discover a whole new approach to creating the life you want. Let's get clear on what manifesting actually is. It's not just wishful thinking or making vision boards, though those can be fun. Manifesting is about aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with what you want to create in your life. It's like tuning a radio to the right frequency to hear your favorite song. When you're in tune with your desires, amazing things can happen. But here's where most people get it wrong. They think manifesting is all about constant focus and effort. They believe if they just concentrate hard enough, visualize enough, or say their affirmations enough times, their dreams will magically appear. This non-stop push to make things happen can actually backfire. Imagine you're trying to catch a butterfly. If you chase it frantically, it'll always stay just out of reach. But if you stand still and open your hand, it might land right on your palm. That's a lot like what happens when you stop the frantic chase of manifesting and allow things to unfold. When you're always in manifesting mode, you're sending a message to the universe and to yourself that you don't have what you want. You're focused on the lack, the gap between where you are and where you want to be. This constant awareness of what's missing can keep you stuck in a cycle of wanting instead of having. Think about it. If you already had what you wanted, would you be trying so hard to manifest it? Probably not. You'd be enjoying it, living it, being grateful for it, and that's the secret. To live as if you already have what you desire. So what happens when you stop this constant effort? At first it might feel strange, like you're giving up on your dreams, but that's far from the truth. When you ease up on the manifesting throttle, you create space for something magical to happen. Your mind relaxes. Without the pressure to make something happen, you start to notice opportunities you might have missed before. It's like when you stop searching so hard for your keys and suddenly remember where you put them. Solutions and paths forward can appear when you're not straining to see them. You also give the universe, or whatever higher power you believe in, a chance to work its magic. Sometimes the things we want come to us in unexpected ways that we couldn't have planned or forced. By letting go of the how and when, you open yourself up to possibilities beyond your imagination. This doesn't mean you become passive or stop taking action towards your goals. Instead, you act from a place of inspired guidance rather than desperate pushing. You follow your intuition and take steps that feel right, not because you're trying to make something happen, but because it's what feels good and aligned in the moment. When you stop the constant manifesting efforts, you also release a lot of stress and anxiety. The pressure to make things happen, or else, fades away. This emotional freedom can be incredibly powerful. You might find yourself feeling happier and more content right now, regardless of whether your specific desires have materialized yet. This shift in your energy is crucial. Remember, manifesting is about aligning with the frequency of what you want. When you're stressed, anxious, and pushing hard, your energy is scattered and chaotic. But when you relax and trust, your energy becomes clear and focused. You become a magnet for positive experiences and opportunities. It's like the difference between muddy water and clear water. When water is muddy, it's hard to see what's in it. But when it settles and becomes clear, you can see right to the bottom. Your mind works the same way. When you stop churning it up with constant manifesting efforts, it settles into clarity. From this clear state, you can more easily recognize and receive what you've been wanting. Another fascinating thing that happens when you stop trying so hard to manifest is that your self-trust grows. Instead of looking outside yourself for signs that it's working or seeking constant reassurance, you start to trust your own inner guidance. This self-trust is incredibly attractive and empowering. Think about someone you know who's confident and self-assured. They probably don't spend a lot of time worrying about making things happen or doubting themselves. They trust that they can handle whatever comes their way. When you ease up on manifesting, you naturally move into this state of self-assurance. This doesn't mean you become arrogant or stop growing. Instead, you develop a quiet confidence that comes from knowing you're capable of creating what you want, even if it doesn't look exactly like you imagined. This confidence is magnetic. It draws people and opportunities to you effortlessly. As you relax your grip on manifesting, you might also notice that your desires start to shift. Without the constant focus on specific outcomes, you can tune into what truly matters to you. Sometimes we get so caught up in manifesting particular things that we lose sight of the feelings we're really after. For example, you might think you want to manifest a specific job, but what you really want is financial security and fulfillment in your work. When you stop pushing so hard for that exact job, you open yourself up to other opportunities that could provide those same feelings, maybe in even better ways than you imagined. This process of letting go and allowing can feel counterintuitive at first. We're often taught that making things happen requires hard work and constant effort. And while action is important, there's a big difference between inspired action and forced action. When you stop the exhausting cycle of trying to manifest through sheer will, you create space for inspired action to emerge. Inspired action feels different. It's not something you have to push yourself to do. Instead, it feels natural and energizing. You might suddenly have an idea for a new project, feel drawn to reach out to someone, or find yourself exploring a new interest. These inspired actions often lead to unexpected opportunities and connections that align perfectly with your desires. It's like the difference between pushing a boulder uphill and steering a boat downstream. When you're constantly trying to manifest, it can feel like you're pushing that boulder, using all your strength to make progress. But when you let go and allow, it's more like steering a boat. The current, in this case the natural flow of life, is doing most of the work. You just need to navigate and enjoy the ride. This shift from pushing to allowing also changes your relationship with time. When you're in manifesting mode, there's often a sense of urgency. You want your desires to materialize now, or at least as soon as possible. This impatience can create stress and actually slow things down. But when you stop trying so hard, you start to trust in divine timing. You understand that everything happens when it's meant to, not necessarily when you think it should. This trust in timing brings a sense of peace and allows you to enjoy your journey instead of always focusing on the destination. Think about how you feel when you're waiting for an important package to arrive. If you're constantly checking the tracking, watching out the window, and worrying about when it will get there, time seems to crawl. But if you go about your day engaging in activities you enjoy, suddenly the doorbell rings and your package is here. Your manifestation process works the same way. As you ease up on manifesting efforts, you might also notice an increase in gratitude. Without the constant focus on what you don't have yet, you become more aware of the abundance already present in your life. This gratitude is like a magnet for more good things. It's a bit like when you buy a new car and suddenly start seeing that model everywhere. The cars were always there, but now you're noticing them. Similarly, when you relax your manifesting efforts and cultivate gratitude, you start noticing more and more things to be grateful for. This positive focus attracts even more positivity into your life. Another powerful shift that occurs when you stop pushing so hard to manifest is an increase in presence. Instead of always living in the future, imagining when your desires will come true, you start to fully inhabit your present moment. This presence is incredibly powerful. When you're fully present, you're more likely to notice synchronicities and opportunities that align with your desires. It's like the universe is constantly sending you little hints and nudges. But when you're too focused on manifesting a specific future, you might miss these signs. Being present also allows you to enjoy the journey more. Instead of always thinking, "I'll be happy when," you start finding joy and fulfillment right now. This positive state of being is much more attractive to the experiences and circumstances you desire than a state of constant wanting. As you relax your manifesting efforts, you might also notice a shift in your relationships. When we're intensely focused on manifesting our desires, we can sometimes become self-absorbed or view relationships in terms of what they can do for us. But when you ease up, you create space for more authentic connections. You become more available to truly listen to others, to be there for them without an agenda. Ironically, this often leads to more support and opportunities coming your way. People are naturally drawn to those who are genuine and present. This shift in relationships isn't limited to other people. Your relationship with yourself also transforms when you stop pushing so hard to manifest. You become more accepting of yourself as you are, rather than constantly trying to become someone else or achieve something to feel worthy. This self-acceptance is incredibly powerful. It allows you to act from a place of authenticity rather than trying to be who you think you need to be to get what you want. And when you're true to yourself, you're much more likely to attract experiences and opportunities that truly align with who you are. As you continue this journey of letting go of constant manifesting, you might notice that your definition of success starts to change. Instead of measuring your worth by external achievements or acquisitions, you start to value inner peace, joy, and fulfillment more. This shift doesn't mean you stop having goals or desires, but your happiness becomes less dependent on achieving specific outcomes. You start to trust that whatever happens is for your highest good, even if it doesn't look exactly like what you thought you wanted. This trust in the process of life is perhaps the biggest gift that comes from easing up on manifesting efforts. It's a deep knowing that you are supported, that things are working out for you, even when it doesn't seem like it on the surface. Remember, the universe often has plans for us that are far greater than what we can imagine for ourselves. By loosening your grip on manifesting, you allow these greater plans to unfold. You become co-creator with the universe rather than trying to control everything yourself. As you embark on this new approach to manifesting, or rather allowing, be patient with yourself. It's natural for old habits of pushing and controlling to resurface from time to time. When this happens, gently remind yourself to relax and trust. You might find it helpful to create small rituals that remind you to let go. This could be as simple as taking a deep breath and saying, "I trust the process," whenever you catch yourself striving too hard. Or you might want to start a gratitude practice to shift your focus to the abundance already present in your life. Remember, this isn't about becoming passive or giving up on your dreams. It's about aligning with the natural flow of life and allowing your desires to manifest in ways that might be even better than what you originally imagined. As you practice this new way of being, pay attention to the subtle shifts in your life. Notice how opportunities seem to arise more easily, how you feel more peaceful and content, how your relationships deepen and flourish. These seemingly small changes are actually powerful indicators that you're aligning more fully with your true self and your deepest desires. They're signs that you're creating space for real magic to happen in your life. So take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and trust that everything you truly desire is already on its way to you. Your job is simply to be open to receiving it, to take inspired action when it feels right, and to enjoy the beautiful journey of your life unfolding. The surprising shift in your reality. The first thing that happens when you stop pushing so hard to manifest is a subtle but powerful shift in your reality. It's like taking off a pair of tinted glasses you didn't even know you were wearing. Suddenly, the world looks different, brighter, and full of possibilities you might have missed before. This shift occurs because you're no longer hyper-focused on what's missing in your life. When you're constantly trying to manifest something, you're essentially telling yourself and the universe that you lack that thing. But when you ease up, you start to notice the abundance that's already present in your life. For example, if you've been trying to manifest more money, you might have been so focused on your financial goals that you overlooked the wealth you already have in other areas of your life. Maybe you have rich relationships, good health, or valuable skills. As you stop the intense focus on manifesting money, you begin to appreciate these other forms of wealth, which paradoxically can open up new financial opportunities. This shift in perspective isn't just about feeling good, although that's a wonderful benefit. It actually changes your energy and how you interact with the world. When you're not constantly reaching for something, you become more grounded and present. This presence allows you to notice opportunities that were always there, but hidden from view by your narrow focus on manifesting. It's like being so fixated on finding a specific tree in a forest that you miss the beautiful clearings, streams, and wildlife all around you. When you stop searching so intently, you can appreciate the entire forest, and might even stumble upon that tree when you least expect it. Next, you might notice something that feels almost magical happening in your life. As you let go of the need to control every aspect of your manifestation, things start falling into place with an ease that might surprise you. This happens because when you're not forcing things, you allow the natural flow of life to take over. It's like the difference between swimming upstream and floating downstream. When you're constantly trying to manifest, you're often working against the current, exhausting yourself in the process. But when you let go, you align with the flow of life, and things start to happen effortlessly. You might find that opportunities you've been chasing start chasing you instead. People might reach out to you with exactly what you need, or you might stumble upon solutions to problems you've been struggling with. It can feel like the universe is conspiring in your favor, and in a way, it is. This doesn't mean you become completely passive. Instead, you start taking inspired action rather than forced action. The difference is subtle but powerful. Inspired action feels energizing and natural, like you're being pulled towards something rather than pushing yourself to do it. For instance, if you've been trying to manifest a new job, you might have been forcing yourself to apply to dozens of positions daily, even ones that don't excite you. But when you let go, you might feel inspired to reach out to an old colleague or take a class in a new skill. These inspired actions often lead to unexpected opportunities that are even better than what you were originally trying to manifest. This phase can feel a bit like magic, but it's really about aligning with your true self and the natural rhythms of life. When you're not forcing things, you create space for synchronicities and coincidences that move you towards your desires in ways you couldn't have planned. The third thing you'll experience when you stop constantly trying to manifest is a profound sense of freedom. This freedom comes from letting go of attachment to specific outcomes. When you're in manifesting mode, it's easy to become fixated on particular results. You might have a clear picture in your mind of exactly what you want and how it should look. But this attachment can actually limit you and cause stress and disappointment if things don't unfold exactly as you imagined. As you ease up on manifesting efforts, you start to trust in the process of life more. You understand that while you can set intentions and take inspired action, you can't control every detail of how things unfold. And surprisingly, this lack of control feels liberating rather than frightening. It's like the difference between insisting on taking a specific route to a destination and being open to scenic detours. When you're attached to one particular path, any deviation feels like a failure. But when you're open to different routes, you can enjoy the journey and might even discover beautiful places you never knew existed. This non-attachment doesn't mean you stop caring about your desires. Instead, it means you're open to receiving what you want or something even better in whatever form it takes. You trust that the universe has a broader perspective and might be bringing you exactly what you need, even if it doesn't look like what you thought you wanted. For example, if you've been trying to manifest a romantic partner with a specific list of traits, letting go of this attachment might open you up to connecting with someone who brings you joy and growth in ways you hadn't even considered. Or if you've been manifesting a particular job, releasing your attachment might lead you to an unexpected career path that's even more fulfilling. This freedom from attachment also reduces a lot of stress and anxiety. When you're not constantly worried about whether your manifestation efforts are working or if you're doing things right, you can relax and enjoy your life as it is right now. This present moment enjoyment actually makes you more magnetic to positive experiences and opportunities. Moreover, this non-attachment helps you become more resilient. When you're not tied to specific outcomes, setbacks and disappointments don't hit as hard. You can see them as redirections rather than failures, trusting that they're guiding you towards something even better. As you experience this freedom, you might notice your desires shifting. Without the pressure to make certain things happen, you can tune into what truly matters to you at a deeper level. You might realize that some of the things you've been trying to manifest aren't actually what you want after all. This clarity allows you to align more authentically with your true desires. This stage of non-attachment can feel a bit unsettling at first, especially if you're used to trying to control everything. But as you lean into it, you'll likely find it incredibly liberating. You're no longer at the mercy of whether specific things manifest or not. Instead, you're free to enjoy your life and open to receiving wonderful surprises from the universe. Remember, letting go of attachment doesn't mean giving up on your dreams. It means trusting that life has amazing things in store for you, possibly even better than what you've been trying to manifest. It's about having faith in the process and in your own ability to handle whatever comes your way. As you move through these stages, the shift in perspective, the magic of letting go, and the freedom of non-attachment, you're likely to find that your entire relationship with manifesting and with life itself transforms. You become less of a manifester trying to make things happen and more of a co-creator, dancing with the universe and open to the beauty and possibilities each moment brings. The hidden trap of manifesting. Many people think that manifesting is all about constant focus and effort. They believe if they just visualize hard enough, repeat their affirmations more often, or make more vision boards, their desires will magically appear. But that's not true. In fact, this approach can actually backfire. When you're always in manifesting mode, you're sending a message to yourself and the universe that you don't have what you want. You're focused on the lack, the gap between where you are and where you want to be. This constant awareness of what's missing can keep you stuck in a cycle of wanting instead of having. Think about it. If you already had what you wanted, would you be trying so hard to manifest it? Probably not. You'd be enjoying it, living it, being grateful for it, and that's the key, to live as if you already have what you desire. This doesn't mean you should ignore your goals or stop taking action. Instead, it's about shifting your energy from desperate wanting to calm knowing. It's about trusting that what you desire is already on its way to you, and your job is to be open to receiving it. When you let go of the need to constantly manifest, you create space for inspired action. Instead of forcing yourself to do things you think you should do to make your desires happen, you follow your intuition and take steps that feel right and aligned. A simple yet powerful practice. Here's something you can try right now. Take a deep breath and imagine that everything you've been wanting has already come true. How does that feel? What would your day look like if you already had everything you've been trying to manifest? This simple practice helps shift your energy from lack to abundance. It reminds you that the feelings you're seeking, joy, peace, fulfillment, are available to you right now, regardless of your external circumstances. Try doing this for just a few minutes each day. As you go about your day, carry that feeling of already having what you want. Notice how it changes your actions and the opportunities you attract. This works because it aligns your energy with what you want to receive. When you feel abundant, grateful, and fulfilled, you become a magnet for more experiences that match those feelings. It's like tuning your internal radio to the frequency of your desires. Remember, this isn't about pretending or denying your current reality. It's about expanding your awareness to include the possibility of what you want and allowing yourself to feel good now instead of waiting for some future condition to be met. A personal journey of letting go. Let me share a quick story about my own experience with this. A few years ago, I was constantly trying to manifest a better financial situation. I made vision boards, repeated affirmations, and visualized wealth every day. But the more I focused on it, the more stressed and lacking I felt. Then, almost by accident, I got busy with a project I loved and forgot about my manifesting efforts for a while. I was so engrossed in my work that I stopped worrying about money. And that's when things started to shift. Opportunities I hadn't noticed before suddenly appeared. I found myself making decisions from a place of abundance rather than scarcity. And slowly but surely, my financial situation improved, not because I was trying so hard to make it happen, but because I had let go and allowed it to unfold naturally. This experience taught me a valuable lesson. Sometimes the best way to manifest what you want is to stop trying so hard and instead focus on enjoying your life and following your passion. When you're aligned with your true self and engaged in what you love, you naturally attract positive experiences and opportunities. The power of trust and allowance. As we wrap up our exploration of what happens when you stop manifesting, let's recap the key points we've covered. 1. Shifting your perspective from lack to abundance opens your eyes to opportunities you might have missed before. 2. Letting go of control allows things to fall into place with surprising ease and synchronicity. 3. Freeing yourself from attachment to specific outcomes reduces stress and opens you up to even better possibilities than you imagined. 4. Avoiding the trap of constant manifesting mode helps you align with the energy of already having what you desire. 5. Practicing simple visualization techniques can shift your energy and attract more positive experiences. The overarching theme in all of this is trust. When you stop pushing so hard to manifest, you're essentially saying to the universe, I trust you. I trust that my desires are being heard and that things are working out for my highest good. This trust allows you to relax into the present moment, to appreciate what you have now while remaining open to receiving more. It's about finding the balance between setting intentions and allowing life to unfold in its own beautiful, often unexpected ways. Remember, the goal isn't to stop wanting things or to become passive in your life. It's about shifting from a place of desperate wanting to inspired being and doing. It's about co-creating with the universe rather than trying to force things to happen through sheer will. As you move forward, I encourage you to experiment with easing up on your manifesting efforts. Notice what happens when you relax your grip on controlling outcomes. Pay attention to the subtle shifts in your energy, your mood, and the opportunities that come your way. Be patient with yourself in this process. It's natural for old habits of pushing and striving to resurface from time to time. When they do, gently remind yourself to trust, to let go, and to return to the present moment. Ultimately, what happens when you stop manifesting is that you start truly living. You open yourself up to the magic and mystery of life. You allow yourself to be surprised and delighted by the way things unfold. And often you find that what comes to you is even better than what you were trying so hard to manifest. So take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and trust that everything you truly desire is already on its way to you. Your job is simply to be open to receiving it, to take inspired action when it feels right, and to enjoy the beautiful journey of your life unfolding. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of manifesting and allowing. I hope these insights serve you well on your journey. Remember, the power to create the life you desire has been within you all along. Trust in that power, trust in yourself, and trust in the beautiful unfolding of your life.